Hey friends, this is Kaushik here, and today we're going to see how to deploy a website created in Visual Studio, basically ASP.NET application, into a virtual machine inside Microsoft Azure. So let's just get started. This is my Azure portal, and I want to create a virtual machine very quickly. And this would be a very bare minimum virtual machine, so we'll just not go into a lot of specific details. So we have given the subscription, we choose a resource group, just choose this RG1. So these are the details of the virtual machine. So I have given resource group as RG1, which I had previously created. My subscription is the free trial I'm using. The region is US East, and I haven't chosen any specific availability option. Image I have chosen as the Windows Server 2016 data center, and the size I have chosen the 2 GB RAM, for which I am being shown the cost over here, and then the administrator account with which I would be able to remote into this virtual machine subsequently, and I have to allow the RDP port in order to remote, so that's why it has been enabled. And with that, let me just go and review plus create. So it'll just take a while. So it just says that validation failed. Let me see what I have missed over here. So let me just go and go to previous. Go to management. So let me make boot diagnostics off monitoring. And now all the validation has been passed. So let me just create this VM called VM2, and now it will take a while before the virtual machine is created. Okay, so the deployment has been completed. So let me just go to the resource to have a look at the virtual machine that's been created just now. Okay, so this is the virtual machine VM2, and as you see over here, it's right now running. We'll go to networking. So we'll just see that these are the rules that has been configured for us. The RDP rule was the one that we had configured. Now what we will do over here is that we'll just add a couple of more rules. Okay, so we would need port 80 to be opened. So let's name this as port underscore 80 rule. So this would allow all incoming traffic on port 80 on the virtual machine. So this is going to be a new security rule as part of the network security group in the virtual machine. Let me add another one. this would be 8172, which is the port which is being used by traffic for web deployment. So when the web deployment service will be running in the virtual machine, it would be communicating with the outside Visual Studio from Visual Studio using 8172 port, and hence we need to open this port. Otherwise, from Visual Studio will not be able to reach the web deployment service in the virtual machine when we do the publish. So this is also done. Now there is also another thing which we need to be created in the virtual machine or configured is this. So the DNS name, okay. So when we do the publish from Visual Studio, we would need to reach the virtual machine through the domain name service. We won't be able to use the IP address directly from outside, and hence we need to do a DNS configure here. So again, it's going to be very simple. So let me just say that it's going to be VS Web, and that's going to be our domain name for this. Okay, there's probably something wrong. So now we can save it. VS Web. So we now have pretty much most of the things configured in the virtual machine. We would now have to do a couple of more things over here. We would be needing to have the virtual machine configured as a web server, and hence we need IIS to be installed in the virtual machine. So we'll just do that. And additionally, we would need to add the web deployment service in the virtual machine. So we would need to first of all remote into the virtual machine. We'll go to that in our next video. So thanks for watching.